keywords you have. I did want to give a note on the bells and whistles. There are a few settings you don't want to pay attention to. We're going to talk briefly about negative targeting during the bonus webinar on the 21st, which is also free, like the challenge. But for now, you can leave negative targeting alone. Bid adjustment, don't use it. I wouldn't recommend using it during the challenge unless you have a ton of profit. Still, I would not recommend it generally. Let's talk about the kind of copy we're going to write today. We're going to write the "What is this book?" copy. Now, for some readers, finding out the genre of a book is all they need to know. They see the cover and they say, awesome, this is perfect. And that's why one of the simplest pieces of copy you can write is the "What it is" ad. Here's the formula. Title is an adjective, genre, type of book in the series name series. So, example, The Hunger Games is the thrilling first dystopian YA novel in the Hunger Games series. It often works better when the series title and the first book title aren't the same, but this is fine as it is. My book is the adjective first book in this series. So it's the first book in this genre in this series. Sometimes that is all a reader needs to do to click, because we're just trying to get clicks at this point. So sometimes that's enough. And yes, it is very simple, but it is also effective. So I know that felt like a lot of info, but let me give you kind of the moving picture that is going to help you through this process. So let's go to our Excel document here. So we are going to click on column E, and we are going to add a new column. I think we actually might be able to do it in layout too. New. I'm not sure. I like to go to insert, which is beyond this video. You can't see it, but it's at the top. Insert column. And there we have a blank column. And so now we're going to go to D, and we are going to go to this data tab, text to columns, or we're going to go to data at the top and text to columns. Two ways to get there. So there's the data tab, data, text to columns, right there, or data, text to columns here. We're going to choose delimited. We're going to choose this other. We're going to do a left parentheses. See already how much it's splitting things out. Next, and finish. And look at this. These keywords are all nice and pretty. I'm not even seeing any columns or colons in here, just a few. So since I'm seeing a few colons in here, what we'll do is we'll break out another, and you can use these series titles as keywords as well. We're going to insert another column here, right there. We're going to select D, data, text to columns, doing delimited again. We're going to change this parentheses to a colon, next, and finish. As you'll see, we only have a couple of things in here. But hey, now it's a lot more cleaned up. So what else do we want to do here? Well, we want to clean out some of the bad. So we are going to go to Edit, Find and Replace. And we can do that in a couple of different places. But for this, we are just going to go to, just to show you again, Edit, which is a little higher than the video, so you won't be able to find it. Replace. And we are going to find things like column or comma. Replace all. We replaced 591 instances of it. We're going to replace colon, replace all. A lot of that is happening in the URLs that it's replacing this in, but that's totally fine. We'll replace a space and a dash, 6 instances. And there's other little things, semicolons. There's not too many of those. We can't replace a question mark because in Excel language, that actually replaces everything. But we've probably got this in pretty good shape here. So just to remind you, you are going to edit, replace ugly stuff that you find. Now in the other workbook, it's a little more challenging because we first want to sort this in ABC order. There is an A to Z button right here, but you can also do data, sort, and you can say you want to do it from A to Z. So now it has a lot of different things here, some of which is gobbledygook. So we can actually edit and delete those. We're going to shift rows up. We want to do the same kind of thing here with splitting the text to columns with those parentheses. That left parentheses there. Finish. So we have that all separated out. And we're also going to want to separate out those colons. So we want to insert another column. Click on that again. And we're going to want to do text to columns, delimited, colon, next, finish, and there we have it. Now we have some duplicates here. We can actually, you don't want to highlight for that. There is a remove duplicates button. So we will highlight remove duplicates. And we see here that we have these titles and some author names in here. We can split out the author names if we so choose, but as you manually paste these in, I would recommend waiting until the end. You've copied everything in, and then you are totally set. So, once again, you will need to put these in ABC order. Then you will need to do the text to columns. For the most part, you might not need to do much cleaning, but you would need to do some of these edit, find, and replaces as well. So let's go back to the other worksheet. We have these nice keywords here. Let's go to our Amazon advertising, as you remember, advertising.amazon.com. We go to our ad console. We create a campaign. Sponsored product. We are going to do our name, TVS SPK. We will say it's going to be our hook. You can actually say where you got them from. You could say Goodreads and 35. End date. We're going to pick April 30th. Daily budget is 5. Manual targeting. Dynamic bids, down only. Don't change that. Custom text ad. Don't change that. Find your ad here. Get this set up in there. We are going to select keyword targeting. Now, here's the terms that I couldn't figure out. Custom bid and default bid are what we want to change. So we change our custom bid to 35 cents. We change our default bid to 35 cents. We uncheck phrase. We uncheck exact. And we're going to go to enter list. This is where we're going to put our keywords, everybody. So we're going to highlight the first 115 or so because this one splits pretty nicely into 3 lists of about 115. So we'll get to 116. Copy. Now this is not a Paranormal Cozy book, so I won't save this. We paste those in here, and I do see some funky business that happens in here, which is good because I can show you what to do when there's funky business. Add keywords. Look at that. We have a couple things that Amazon doesn't like. So we delete those. We delete those. We delete this. And we delete those. Then we add keywords. When it's green, it's happy. If for any reason it's not happy, add in one more keyword, and then it's going to be set. We add in our creative. So we're going to do our what it is copy. We're going to go to Viral Superhero Series. See, I'm advertising on my own books, a trick of the trade. Let's go in here. And here we are. We can find our what it is copy. Now, I have it built in. The Viral Superhero Series, books 1 through 3, includes the first three novels in a sci-fi saga of good versus evil. So we have that here. Not everyone's going to have that. Remember, it's title, what type of book it is. In this case, it's a box set. Genre, sci-fi, saga of good versus evil. Paste that in here. Don't worry that there's the italics in there because Amazon's going to change it. And now we check everything over. We always have to check everything over. Title, dates, budget, manual versus auto, dynamic bids, down only, custom text ad. There's our book that we've chosen. Keyword targeting. Change both your default bid and your custom bid. Both of these bids should be the right bid, and that is what should show up over here. If they do not show up correctly, remove all and start again. Nothing in negative keyword targeting. Post your creative in here, and you will click the Launch Campaign button. And that is how you do it. As you work on this process and figure out the right things to do in the right order for you, I recommend researching in bulk. So collect multiple lists in a row. Collect a few lists from Goodreads. Collect multiple also boughts from multiple books when you are copying and pasting. Then you can follow it up with a bulk cleaning session. So you clean multiple lists and you create multiple ads. You do those kind of in batch processing sections. All of those sessions can be added to your calendar. And by doing the batch processing, you're going to get more into a flow and you're going to save major time rather than going from one process to another, then back to the beginning, then over and over again. I want you to take it slow. If this is the first time you're doing this, obviously it's going to take a little bit of time. But take it slow, take it easy with the research process, because this is possibly the most important step to get the most relevant keywords possible, so you don't want to rush it. Now, remember that help is everywhere with this. Some of you have not opened an Excel document in 10 years. The easiest way to find help with a tricky piece of software is to Google it or to look for it on YouTube and watch a video. Now, if you run into trouble, I want you to please review the screen share video. That's what it's here for. That's why I have painstakingly recorded it for you. Or post a question to the group. That's why they are there. You can get the help you need. Do not do this in a vacuum. The training is done in this community style to help you get past your own roadblocks that could occur if you did the process on your own. So do it on your own at your own risk. It's literally your own risk. Now, in the midnight hour, your ads want more. They want more. You can't get by with just one. Your eventual goal should be to create 5 to 10 more ads every single week. Don't worry, that can be a long-term goal. Doesn't have to be right now. And I know that seems like a lot. But because some ads just never get any impressions, and some of them fade away over time, it is helpful to keep pumping out more relevant ads into your account every single week. And I do this too, and I've been running ads for years. if you have a longer series with additional opportunities for people to buy book 2, book 3, and so on, having this number of ads becomes even more essential. So really force yourself to do this if you have a series that has 3 or more books. Let's get into the homework today. This is going to be a lot of fun. I want you to use the manual keyword collection method. Yes, I know it'll take a little extra time to gather and create, but you only need to do this for one ad. Gather at least 100 keywords for a sponsored product keyword ad. I recommend look at maybe one of the best sellers in your genre that is not, traditionally published. I would look at a book that is similar to yours and look through that book's also boughts. So for my superhero book, I gathered it from that other superhero book. Gather at least 100 keywords to use for a sponsored product keyword ad. I want you to use the process I shared. 30-cent bid for a standalone, 35-cent bid for a book in a series, daily budget $5. Custom ad, set the end date for April 30th. I want you to create a what it is line of copy. So this book is a thrilling book in this genre as part of this series. Copy paste it in, click the create campaign button. Take a screenshot of your completed ad, post it in the Facebook group with the title Video Number 1 Homework. And then please comment on another author's post with some happiness and some helpfulness. Extra credit 1. Use the keyword gathering process from this video to collect 5 sets of keywords. So you can use Instant Data Scraper for these 5. Use Goodreads. So that means if you have one list of 500 books, there's your 5 right there. Easy peasy. So 100 to 150 keywords per ad. Use those keywords. Create 5 SPK ads with a 30-cent bid for a standalone or a 35-cent bid for a book in a series. $5 budget, custom ad, end date for April 30th. Use the what it is line of copy for all of these ads. Doesn't matter if you use the exact same line of copy. Select create campaign to get them started. Now take a screenshot of your glorious ads in action on your campaign page. Post it in the Facebook group with the title Video Number 1 EC1. And then hey, have some gifts, use some emojis, use some stickers in the comments for another author's post. Extra credit 2. I want you to gather 10 plus lists of keywords, 10 plus ads with the same exact breakdown, 30 to 35 cent, $5 budget, custom ad, end date for April 30th. Use that what it is copy for all of them. And then I want you to share your amazing accomplishment with a new post in the Facebook group. You can use either keyword generation method, or you can use another tool like Publisher Rocket, whatever floats your boat. And then please comment on 1 to 3 other posts with some positive, encouraging words. Now, the third ad type that we have not yet covered is very powerful. What if you could target books that are in the exact same subgenre as yours without having to do the keyword research? Wouldn't that be amazing? Wouldn't that save you time? Well, that is exactly what you can do with sponsored product category ads, and we'll be covering them in the next video. Also, some new tips that I'll be sharing that I've never shared in a previous challenge. Now remember, you can always ask questions in the Facebook group if you run into any trouble. And I will be back on the Facebook Live Q&A in the group at 2 p.m. Eastern. So thank you again. I really appreciate you, and I will see you tomorrow for the next video. I hope you enjoyed today's video in the 5-day Amazon Ad Profit Challenge, sponsored by Amazon Ad School. We have some meaty homework for you, as you've just seen. So head on into the group. If you have not yet joined the group, click the link. Get on in there at 2 p.m. Eastern on the day this was posted. I will be in the group for a Facebook Live to answer your questions via video, but we have a wonderful team of volunteers who are going to be answering questions, as well as me and my team. We will be answering your questions, so the group is the best place to get those answers. Hop on in there. I will see you there. I will see you in the live, and I will see you for video number 2 tomorrow. Thanks so much for being here.